Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing what if Noah returned in episode 15 instead of Eva. No need to explain anything else, let's just get going. So episode 15, obviously we now have Izzy and Noah returning. In this challenge, Eva isn't here, even though she doesn't win the challenge, which means that even though I think Lashana was somewhat motivated by Eva to win the challenge, I think she still wins the challenge. So Lashana is immune. Now there's no longer an easy vote off, is the thing. We've got to make some alliances. So we've got an alliance of Gwen, Trent, and Lashana. We've got the alliance of Lindsay and Heather. We've got Owen and Izzy, which is only just really forming. We've got Noah kind of by himself, but he's starting to get friendly with Owen. We've got Bridget and Jeff, and then we've got the Guys Alliance. Well, that hasn't been formed yet, but you know what I mean. So here, I think if I had to guess, I think that Duncan would want to get rid of. I mean, in the original, he wants to get rid of Bridget. Right now, I think he's also still going for Bridget just because of the fact he knows that Jeff is into Bridget and he doesn't want that to happen later down the road, and she's super likable. So to him, getting her out early feels like a good idea so she can't make it too far and then just survive until the end and win. And so he's targeting Bridget. I think he forms the Guys Alliance early just so he can get as many people as he can. At this point, I think he actually gets Trent involved in the Guys Alliance just because at this point there's no reason not to involve Trent as he hasn't actually done anything or he hasn't been tricked by Heather. So the Guys Alliance persists of these five. These five, well, not Jeff will vote for Bridget. I think no one might vote for Bridget. I think a couple people could get convinced, and so Bridget is eliminated. Then we move on to episode 16. Now, this is where Trent and Heather kiss. Heather has immunity, so Heather is safe. They still kiss. I think that Lashana still turns on Trent. I think since she convinces everyone to vote for him, I think most likely that won't actually happen this time around. She'll convince Izzy, Noah, Lindsay, and Heather will vote for him too. But the Guys Alliance, which is 5 people, and Gwen doesn't vote, means that she'll be fine. And I think they vote for Heather. But they can't, obviously. Never mind. They'll probably vote for, I don't know. I think Gwen will just vote for someone random. I think the Guys Alliance might vote for, honestly, maybe Lashana, just because. Actually, no, that doesn't make any sense. Lindsay to get rid of Heather's right hand, I think makes the most sense. And so the guys put their votes onto Lindsay, and Lindsay is eliminated. Into episode 16, obviously, Lashana wins immunity. Heather also wins immunity, so neither of those two can go home. Guys Alliance still has 5 people. At this point, I think that Noah's kind of just coasting along. I think he's become fairly friendly with Owen. I think they've kind of gotten to their world tour level. He's still not really a threat, so he's just kind of going around not doing much. I think here with the 5 guys and Noah, who's not actually a part of it, but I think Owen would be telling him what the guys are doing. Obviously, have to keep in mind that Owen told Gwen about the Guys Alliance as soon as it formed. That probably has already happened at this point. So Gwen knows that Trent's in the Alliance, and I think that breaks up their relationship somewhat. So the people not in the Alliance, which is Gwen, Lashana, Noah, Izzy, and Heather, I don't think that they want to work with Heather, so it's really Gwen, Lashana, Noah, and Izzy. They're going to vote out someone from the Alliance. I think that Gwen doesn't want to vote for Trent, but she is unhappy with him. I think so. Most likely Duncan is the target. I reckon that Trent actually ends up going with them because he feels bad. And so there's actually 5 votes on Duncan, meaning that Duncan is eliminated because I don't think Heather's voting with the guys. Episode 18. This is where Lindsay is limited in the original. So Heather doesn't have Lindsay to build her bike, so she'll be doing it herself. Lashana and Izzy are still gallivanting on Izzy's bike. Noah, I don't think would be that good at building a bike. Owen, so yeah, I think that Heather, even though she's now making her own bike, still makes it across. I think she comes first. I think, honestly, I think Trent also makes it across, but behind Heather, because now that Gwen and Trent, I think they're making up in this episode, and just as they're about to make up, Trent gets eliminated for coming second, and so Trent is gone. Episode 19, this one will pretty much be the same in any timeline. If DJ's here, he's going to be eliminated. If Heather's here or not. Here, Heather is here, so he will be screaming due to Heather, and so he's just gone. Episode 20, Gwen wins, and so Gwen is immune, obviously. Owen and Noah are here. I think that Noah doesn't really want Izzy around, and so he's trying to campaign to get rid of Izzy. I think Jeff is with Owen, and I think Noah's kind of just there too, but I don't know. I think these guys are kind of a three somehow, but then Noah's off by the side. Obviously, Owen is connected to Izzy. I think Gwen's okay with getting rid of Izzy. I think Lashauna's getting very happy getting rid of Izzy. Noah talks to Heather. I think Heather's okay with getting rid of Izzy. And I think she thinks she's controlling Noah or something, or can control Noah, which doesn't happen. But Izzy's eliminated none the same. Episode 21, obviously teams of 6. We'll probably just keep the ones that we can in the original, and that's pretty much everything except for Duncan and Noah. So, which is the challenge that Lashana and Duncan win? Oh yeah, I don't know. Do they win that challenge without? No. Yeah, I think they do actually. So it is a 1-1-1 tie, and so anyone can get voted out. Since Heather, Owen, Lashana, and Gwen are all here in the original, and they choose to vote out Jeff for being too likable, that'll most likely still happen, and Jeff is eliminated. So here we've got duos of Gwen, Lashana, then Heather in the middle, and then Owen and Noah. Here, Lashana is still done over. There's been a couple of the same eliminations in the canon, and that'll stay the same with Lashana's elimination here. We now have most of the same final four, but with Noah instead of Duncan. In episode 24, again, it's going to be guys versus girls. Noah is not going to be tricked by Heather by giving up the map. So I think there's actually a good chance that the guys win this challenge. Even because Owen gets done by, what is it, like chef's cooking or something, and he actually gets there first, but obviously they didn't have the equipment, so they didn't win. And so they do now have the equipment, and so the guys win. So it's either Heather or Gwen that goes home. I think that if they had to pick, I think it would most likely be Heather. Yeah, it'd be Heather. Chef doesn't like Heather, and if it was a vote, it would be Heather either way. In I Triple Dog Dare You, beforehand it was Gwen and Owen making an alliance against Heather. Now I think it's going to be Owen and Noah making an alliance against Gwen. I think that Owen gets a load of dares, and I think Noah completes most of the ones he has, but then they just start freebieing Gwen. I don't know what would get her to lose. Maybe it's the shave the head one, I'm not sure. But all I know is that I'm fairly certain that Gwen is going to lose. Even though she's resilient, I don't think that's going to mean anything. She still gets eliminated. And the final two is Noah and Owen. Now, if we're talking just strength, 100% Owen wins because Noah is just so scrawny. He won't be able to do anything. He won't. I don't know if he'll even be able to get up that pole. It's just like, yeah, he's kind of got it in for him. And then once Izzy uses the brownies to make Owen win, Noah's got no chance. He honestly could be in the lead at that point. I doubt it. And then he gets ran over and he gets trampled by Owen and he loses. So yeah, Owen still technically wins, just like in the canon. So I guess it doesn't change much. As you can see, there is still a couple similarities, but most of it is the same. Thank you all so much for watching. I've just hit 1.5k subscribers and I'd like to make it to 2k, so subscribe if you enjoyed. And I'll see you all in the next one. I'm now going to list out the elimination order. Owen first, Noah second, Gwen third, Heather fourth, Lashana fifth, Jeff sixth, Izzy seventh, DJ eighth, Trent ninth, Duncan 10th, Lindsay 11th, Bridget 12th, Harold 13th, Courtney 14th, Sadie 15th, Beth 16th, Cody 17th, Tyler 18th, Katie 19th, Justin 20th, Eva 21st, and Ezekiel 22nd. Alright, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.